104632. The gospel music experience cannot be told in a single story or even explained with the melody of songs. Robert Darden, a professor at Baylor University, once said that gospel music is so dependent on getting caught up in the spirit that once this is done right and the individual becomes secondary, that there's nothing else like it on the planet. First of all, what is gospel music? Gospel music is a beloved American art form that is created and performed for many purposes. It's including aesthetic purposes, ceremonial purposes, religious practices, and also as an entertainment product for the marketplace. Several forms of gospel music utilize choirs and instruments such as the tambourine, drums, the bass, and more increasingly the electric guitar. In comparison to hymns, the gospel song is expected to have a refrain and often a more syncopated rhythm, and this is it's more of a call and response type of ordeal. Like, the idea of gospel music is to get the audience involved. Just as much as the contemporary gospel music of today sounds like R&B and hip hop, so did early gospel music sound like the blues, and that may have been employed to get everyone involved into gospel music. A little background information on gospel music. Although there isn't much documentation of gospel music, its roots can be traced back as early as the 17th century in Africa. When the slaves were traded to the Americas, they had to adapt to their surrounding, and a lot of times their music reflected this. The slaves would have church in abandoned houses, because the overseers a lot of times did not encourage worship, and so the slaves would have to find means. A lot of the hymns are actually written because the slaves were speaking to each other in codes. They didn't want the masters to know what they were talking about. A lot of the early recordings were lost, and stories behind the songs weren't written down. Here's some early gospel artists. Thomas Dorsey. He's most famous for writing "Precious Lord, Take My Hand." And the song was actually written about his wife and newborn son who died. And he wrote these lyrics as he was grieving, and he also played the piano, and the words came to him that way. Mahalia Jackson, she did a famous cover of Precious Lord, Take My Hand. She's often referred to as the queen of gospel music. James Cleveland, another awesome example of a gospel artist, is often referred to as the king of gospel music. Here's some gospel artists of today. You probably heard of them: Kirk Franklin, Yolanda Adams, Marvin Sapp, who is amazing. I've heard him sing live. Gospel music is impact. Gospel music is a powerful thing. I know you know about the civil rights movement. Gospel music helped define the civil rights movements. Whenever they would march peacefully for equality and freedom, they would sing these hymns. They would sing these hymns because they were familiar with them, and they wanted to share their peace with each other in the world. Gospel is so powerful. It could bring anyone to it. You don't even have to be religious to enjoy gospel music. There's been atheists who have said that they prefer gospel music than any other genre of music. And I just want to show you this clip that kind of represents the power of gospel music. This is from The Color Purple. Many of you have probably seen it. But this scene is where Suge Avery, she's the daughter of a pastor, and she actually went off into the world and started singing secular music. And this scene kind of represents how gospel music is so powerful that it can just pull you. And you'll see that after she hears the music, she'll just stop what she's doing and start singing. That's her father there. Go ahead and skip. You can see that she feels it, and she actually reconciles with her father when she comes to the church in this scene. It's a very custom of the gospel tradition to take up some hymns and to rearrange it to sort of fit the style. And that's sort of what we've done today with this hymn, Amazing Grace. We rearranged it to fit the gospel style and made it our own, and hope you enjoy it.
saved a wretch like me.
I once was lost, oh, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear ere I first believed. Thank you. And here's the works cited page. Thank you for your time.